Grenada, as a small island developing state, is feeling the effects of climate change, and thus preventative action through the receiving of grant funding to undertake disaster preventative measures is a major focus. One such measure is building resilience within the water sector through a project called G-Cruise. The project is funded by the government of Grenada, the German government, and the Green Climate Fund, with implementing partners from the government of Grenada, Grenada Development Bank, and NAWASA, along with GIC.
And the G-Cruise project, which is financed by the Green Climate Fund, by the German and Canadian government, supports NAWASA in being prepared for this kind of disasters, especially to make sure there's enough water available, maybe, for example, after a hurricane. In total, we are planning to spend 23 million US dollar, which is approximately 18 million East Caribbean dollar, in improving the infrastructure. The biggest part of that goes to water tanks all over the islands. But not only water tanks, huge water tanks, but also for the health centers. It's foreseen to improve the infrastructure, that health centers, especially after this kind of events, are still able to provide the people coming to the health centers with water. For that, it's important to have water tanks which can resist hurricanes on the category 4 or even 5. So these are more expensive, it's more difficult to build and to plan, but we have to make sure that we have the water available even in these events.
There are different components of the G-Cruise project. Firstly, we have additional storage, increasing and replacing certain pipeline networks. So we therefore deal with the infrastructure to distribute our supply. We are also dealing with a SCADA component, which would also speak to communications. There is the increase of an actual source. So we have additional storage at a dam. And finally, we have additional storage being looked at for medical facilities. These components I envision will benefit the authority, firstly, by building resilience in the water sector, both for the supply and the distribution networks. So by building resilience, you increase the accessibility and the availability of the supply by having multiple storage sites, both on the raw water and the treated water ends of the system.
In the effort of the government to build resilience, there are two key activities we must do. We have to work together with all communities, private sector, persons in diaspora, and other ministries and departments to support adaptation actions. And in addition, we need to support mitigation actions. And I do believe that the government of Grenada remain committed to support the ambition of 1.5 to stay alive, to support all the adaptation actions in key sectors, and going through a process of national adaptation planning. We have key sectors like agriculture, forestry, fisheries, tourism, infrastructure, coastal zone management. In terms of water, Grenada is blessed with watersheds, and we really must manage our watersheds well, because with all these watersheds, we will not have water, and water is life.
We can do our part to mitigate against disasters. Early warning, early action for all.
Tell me if you understand, we can do this by ourselves.